it seems like the medical field is leaning towards a conclusion about the use of psychedelics and cannabis for the treatment of mental health conditions. And it's been a productive encounter, and things have been going well in the treatment of illnesses like schizophrenia, depression, epilepsy, and anxiety by using marijuana and also psilocybin mushrooms. Maybe not at the same time. You might use marijuana at a certain point, and maybe on a different day you might try psilocybin mushrooms to treat mental health conditions, because this kind of approach has been successful in a number of cases. And in these cases, the use of marijuana, CBD, or THC, which is in marijuana, CBD and THC, or the use of psilocybin, which is in magic mushrooms, or psilocybin mushrooms, these psychedelic drugs seem to help people feel better in small doses. And of course, if you overdo it, if you take too much THC or CBD or too much marijuana, you could alter your mood or your mind in a way where you feel bad. Same thing with psilocybin and psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms. If you take too much, you could feel bad. So microdosing with magic mushrooms is preferred, or at least taking small doses is preferred. And the same is true with marijuana. Instead of taking a large dose, you may want to take a small dose of marijuana, which could alleviate stress and symptoms of depression and anxiety, as well as symptoms of schizophrenia and epilepsy. However, if you take too much marijuana, you may experience paranoia, anxiety, and maybe other symptoms of mental health problems and disorders. And, the same is true with psilocybin and psilocybin mushrooms. If you take too much, you may experience symptoms of psychosis or schizophrenia or other mental health conditions that lead to feeling terrible. So you want to use marijuana and psilocybin mushrooms in small doses and not overdo it. And this leads us to a place where we start wondering about the effects of these types of drugs being used in society and in the community in order to heal mental illness. And in cases where we are suffering from mental health problems and conditions, we might need to legalize the use of marijuana and the use of psilocybin and psilocybin mushrooms in order to address the devastating effects of mental illness on society. And legalization of marijuana and psilocybin mushrooms could be the key to curing mental illness in the United States. A lot of countries have legalized the use of marijuana in their country, and it has had beneficial effects on their communities within these countries. And it may also be necessary to make legal psilocybin mushrooms and psilocybin in order to address certain issues in mental health for certain people who respond well to psilocybin. And there are other people that respond better to CBD or THC, which can be found in marijuana.